So how about this IPO, Aramco? I've been hearing about this forever. By the way, when is it going to happen?
Well, they're still saying this year. I mean, this is not just deal of the year. This could be deal of the century, I dare say. I mean, $2 trillion we're talking about potentially that Saudi Aramco is going to raise. So you've got a couple different factors here to unpack. One, the sheer size of that. Second, the absolute way that investment banks, the biggest investment banks in the world, have been salivating over the prospects, because you start to do the math of what the fees are for a $2 trillion or even a $1 trillion, even a $500 billion type of thing. And I mean, this all comes, of course, against the backdrop of what's happening in Saudi Arabia. I mean, this is one of the major economic stories of our times, I think. So
when they came out, well, when we heard about their advisors, we heard like Mo Ellis was an advisor. Goldman Sachs was not on the list of advisors. And I talked to Greg Lemkow. He's head of IB at Goldman Sachs. And I was like, look, you lost to a Mo Ellis. What's it like not being part of the IPO? And this was about 6-7 months ago. Here's what he had to say.
We'll see. We'll see how things play out. It's just tricky to comment on any specific transaction. But we're working our way to get into all the deals.
But the idea being is that wasn't a small deal. That's going to be an enormous deal, and that went to Mo Ellis and not one of you guys. I mean, how do you wind up?
I think by the time that transaction happens, so Mo Ellis will be an advisor on the transaction, but there'll be large banks that'll be underwriters and part of the consortium.
At the time, I was like, what do you mean we'll see? Like, what are you going to do? And then lo and behold, we'll see.
He had a little bit of a Cheshire Cat grin there, Greg Lemkow, didn't he, about we'll see? I don't think Greg Lemkow worries about too much when it comes to getting the big deals. I mean, Goldman tends to show up. I mean, Citi, interesting to see them. And look, you're going to have
they're reopening their business in Saudi Arabia, right? They're expanding there or something. It's a little bit of horse trading there?
Well, I mean, look, you have to be there. You have to get in on a deal of this size and of this import, because, as I was saying, I mean, this reshapes global capital markets. I mean, the next leg of this really is going to be, where is the IPO going to happen? Does it stay just in Saudi? London, New York, they're all competing for it.